What's up, guys? My name is Pete, and I'd like to welcome you to another edition of Phipps Tips. In today's episode, we're going to take a look at the market. We're going to take a look at the biggest gainers of the day and the biggest losers. We're going to have a look at a couple of news articles that I found today that are pretty entertaining. We're going to wrap it all up with a little bit of technical analysis of Bitcoin. And in the wake of the Facebook data scandal, I have a couple of altcoins that I would like to look into that maybe could show a little promise when it comes to privacy and or putting out your own personal content. All of that and more coming up. Stay tuned. And here we are, guys, on coinmarketcap.com. The market cap is currently sitting at $452.5 billion with a 24-hour trading volume of $31 billion and Bitcoin dominance checking in at 36.2%. Of our top 5 cryptos, mostly in the green, Bitcoin up 5%, Ethereum leading the way today, up 11.83%, Ripple up 3.5%, Bitcoin Cash up 2.6%, and EOS down 4.35%. The movers and shakers versus Bitcoin today. We have Bitcoin Dark up 133.21%. Loom Network up against Bitcoin 35%. Electroneum showing some signs of life up against Bitcoin 21%. Veritasium up nearly 20%. And Ontology still doing great things, guys, up 19.11%. On our gainers and losers of the day, we have obviously Bitcoin Dark being our biggest gainer, up 145% in 24 hours. BitDeal coming in at nearly 85%. ATB Coin up 81.24%. Kubera Coin up 75%, and Moon Coin still moonshotting, not quite as high as yesterday, but still up 72.75%. If you are in any of these coins today, guys, congratulations. Now, on to our biggest losers. And our biggest loser of the day is Bitair, down 39.5%. Crystal Clear, down 27%. Experience Points, down 24.83%. Safe Exchange Coin, down 23.23%. And Neos Coin, down 20.69%. A bunch of these of the top 5 coins, guys. Experience Point is the only one that I'm aware of, and they have a relatively small amount of volume going on right now, about $270,000. So, you know, if you're interested, maybe check out some of these projects while they're on the dip. Who knows? They may be great, or they may be, you know, just flash in the pans. But moving on, we're going to check out our news articles. The first one of the day, Goldman Sachs says Bitcoin isn't a fraud. Huh, go figure. In our first news article of the day, guys, Goldman Sachs says Bitcoin is not a fraud and plans on trading. Now, before we get into this article, let's put everything here into perspective, guys. 3-4 months ago, Goldman Sachs would have told you that Bitcoin is a bubble. If you invested your money, be prepared to lose every single penny that you invest because, you know, it's a speculative market and it's full of con artists and thieves. But here we go, you know, fast forward into May and suddenly they're all on board. Strange. Goldman Sachs has said Bitcoin is not a fraud, as it unveiled plans to buy and sell cryptocurrency, the New York Times reported on May 2nd. In a move which sets the investment banking apart from its Wall Street competitors, Goldman will initially offer various contracts with Bitcoin exposure before rumoredly entering the trading arena itself. Commenting on the decision, Rana Yared, an executive involved in creating the offerings, said the bank had been inundated with client requests. And for those of you guys who don't know what the word inundated means, basically they have been bombarded with requests to open a trade desk for cryptocurrency. It resonates with us when a client says, I want to hold Bitcoin or Bitcoin's futures because I think it is an alternate store of value, she told the publication. She added that Goldman had concluded Bitcoin is not a fraud, a poignant statement in an industry where competitor JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon's infamous description of Bitcoin still resonates. And for those of you who would like to know, there is a link here. Jamie Dimon's pretty much, just drug cryptocurrency through the mud. Nonetheless, even Goldman CEO Lloyd Blankfein publicly stated Bitcoin is not for him during its all-time price highs in December of 2017, and Yerd appeared quick to dispel any myths that the bank was a Bitcoin believer. I would not describe myself as a true believer who wakes up thinking Bitcoin will take over the world, she added. For almost every person involved, there has been a personal skepticism brought to the table. So what do you think, guys? Do you think that all the hype around cryptocurrency is what's bringing these guys in? Or do you think that it is really, that the fact that cryptocurrency is here to stay and corporations like this want to get in on the ground floor just so they can, make billions and billions and billions of dollars, which is, the ultimate goal for everybody who is investing into cryptocurrency. I mean, that's my goal is not to, be filthy rich, but I would like to be able to retire early. And, I look into projects that have that sort of scope that, everybody's going to be using and everybody's going to be needing. And those are the kinds of projects that I'm interested in. And I'm sure, Goldman Sachs is too. These guys aren't entering this space to lose money. That is for certain. So drop me a couple of comments down in the comment section, guys. Let me know what you think about Goldman Sachs entering the crypto space. Do you think it'll be good for crypto in the long run? I certainly do. We're going to move on to our next article. And here we are, guys, ending the news segment on more of a high note. Crypto markets keep experiencing mainly greens after last week's market corrections. Thursday, May 3rd, after a week of some small dips and small growth, the crypto market is firmly back in the green, with Bitcoin and Ethereum back over psychological price points of $9,000 and $700 respectively today on May 3rd. Bitcoin is currently trading around $9,336, up around 1.5% over a 24-hour period by press time. Ethereum is up around 9% over a 24-hour period by press time, trading around $742. Ethereum's jump back over $700 comes despite the news that the U.S. regulators will debate next week over whether or not Ether should be classified as a security. One Ethereum co-founder says no, but U.S. regulators could say yes. Of the top 10 coins listed on CoinMarketCap, EOS is down the most, about 3% over a 24-hour period, trading at around $18.19 by press time. Despite today's dip, EOS is up more than 200% since the beginning of April, having peaked on April 29th around $22. IOTA is up the most despite this week and last week's fuddy headlines, up about 12% over a 24-hour period to press time and trading around $2.35. Total market cap is well above $400 billion, around $444 billion by press time. So guys, yeah, this is great. It's good to see that people are taking notice that the crypto market is bouncing back. What do you guys think? Do you think we'll just continue to see green pastures and blue skies from here on out? Let me know what you think down in the comment section. We're going to move on, though, and check out a little bit of technical analysis on Bitcoin and a couple altcoins that I think we should be looking into as, time moves on. Stay right there. And here we are, guys, on the Bitcoin versus US dollar day scale using the Bitfinex exchange information. And as you can see, Bitcoin is still in our upward channel, and if you recall from yesterday's video how we were talking about the volume, notice how we got 2 green candles today, guys. Let's zoom in here. We'll flip on that auto so we can see. And notice we have printed a huge green price candle. And this 2 green volume candles. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Now, what we've done is set up a line here to show our next line of resistance that we're going to try to break through. And that's going to be right where we're actually peaking at the $9,700 range. We'll get through a little bit of this price action. We're touching these candles here. We're touching the tops of these candles and the top of this candle. Now, what we're going to need to see here, guys, is again more strong volume, just shoving through this bit of resistance. And hopefully we can get this candle, this day candle, to close above this bit of resistance. If that happens, this line of resistance will then become a line of support. As always, guys, lines of resistance, once we've passed through them, become lines of support. And lines of support, if we have dropped down through them, will become future lines of resistance on the way back up. So, with that in mind, what we want to see is high volume shoving this through this bit of resistance. And once we have gone through here, our next bit of resistance, guys, will be a little bit higher, roughly around the 10,500 range, where we've got this bit of price action. And if we zoom out, we've got this bit of price action over here. I really don't like using lines because, you know, a line is almost like a certain point that we would have to hit, and that's not exactly how it works. See how we have this purple box up here? This is probably the best indicator of what kind of resistance. It's not a line, it's more of a resistance area. So what we'll do is we'll just shrink down this box here, and we'll slide it, well, maybe we'll slide it. Oh, come on. Of course it doesn't want to work for me. So what we're going to do, there we go. We're going to bring it down like this. And this will be the area of resistance that we're going to try to push through. And then once we have actually made it through this area here, guys, this will become an area of support. Meaning, let's grab our drawing tool. If we were able to shove through this line and bounce off the top of this trend line, we would actually come back down to this line and bounce off of it and up, testing probably the 12K range, but we won't know for sure until that actually happens. But all in all, everything's looking good for Bitcoin as we progress into the weekend. That's good news. We're going to move on to our next couple of coins, Mithril. And this here, guys, is the Mithril versus the South Korean won 4-hour scale using the BitThumb exchange information. And what the Mithril cryptocurrency is, guys, it is a peer-to-peer, not a marketplace. It's more of like a social media exchange where people think of it as like a YouTube meets Facebook. But this is geared towards the Asian community, whereas the next crypto that we're going to go over, Steam, is, you know, it takes on, you know, more walks of life than just the Asian population. I'm sure Mithril is also host to other nationalities, but generally speaking, for the most part, it is the Asian culture that digs into the Mithril. Now, we're going to get into the technical aspect of this, and as you can see, guys, since this coin has hit the market, other than the very first day that it came out onto CoinMarketCap and was put onto an exchange, which I just want to tell every new person watching, if you are new to cryptocurrency and you see this huge red candle at the beginning of every single crypto that you look at, that is completely normal. When these things come out of ICO, and ICO is initial coin offering, when these things come out of ICO, they are generally, for the most part, initially dumped the second they come out, just so the people who have access to the coins, they get more value once they have hit an exchange. So they dump them to get the gains, and that's why you see these huge red candles at the beginning of most recent cryptos, like I would say within the last 6 months or so. But since that day, this crypto has done nothing but like shoot the moon. The second day that it came out, it hit a like 150% increase. I remember looking at it, and as you can see, like it's printed huge green candle after huge green candle after huge green candle. And really, guys, this is giving no indication where we're looking at right now of stopping or slowing its roll whatsoever. You see it takes a huge pump, then retraces a little bit, pumps a little bit, then retraces, pumps again, retraces. And here we see a little bit of steady growth on this upward trend right here. We'll start here and right through there. Actually, this whole area here is really good, healthy growth. We've got a little bit of a pullback, and then again with some more healthy, just good growth. It's not this straight up shot, guys. It kind of goes up at an angle. We got a little bit of a pullback, and then again we can see it starting again with the upward trajectory. There is no resistance above. You've got these wicks. These wicks are the only thing that are acting as resistance, and wicks generally aren't a good source of resistance, guys. Just for trade action and whatnot, they're just not. So, it's easy to think that this coin will just continue to make new high after new high after new high. So just something to think about. If you think that you've maybe missed the boat on Mithril, I wouldn't say that at all. I mean, you've missed, just some big gains, but by far this crypto is not done at all. Just so you're aware. And we're going to move on to our next crypto. It's Steem versus Bitcoin on the day scale using the Binance exchange information. And Steem is essentially the same thing as Mithril. It's a peer-to-peer exchange. Content creators get paid for creating content depending on how many likes they get, how much it's discussed, how many comments are generated for the content. You'd have to read the white papers on it, guys, and actually look. The platform is actually up and running, so you could check it out there. From what I've heard, there's nothing but good things coming from it. The only thing that I've heard that's a slash against it is the way you actually search for your specific interests. I guess it's very linear in that aspect. But we're going to get into the technical aspect of this coin here, guys. And as you can see, since the first day that it came out, you have the same thing that I showed you there on Mithril, the big dump. And then from there, we've got just normal price action. And we can see that it... Oh, what happened there? That Steem starts to form a bit of a bowl. And then once it hits here, you start seeing upward action. And then we've hit this big green spike. And now we're seeing a bit of a retracement. And then just from the looks of it, guys, I would say, We got a little bit more to go, and then off to the races again. But I want to take this time right now to tell you guys that I am not a financial advisor. This should not be taken as financial advice ever. Ever. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only, and I hope that I'm doing both of those for you guys. And with that, I'm going to call it the end of the video here, guys. If you're still with me, hit that subscribe button. If you learned anything today of value, hit that like button, share it with a friend. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.